Hola, bom dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, a live stream and a podcast. How are you this morning? Actually, an extra podcast. Just started a news and information channel. You know that we toy with the news here, reporting what's going on in Portugal in English here, of course, which is a mixed blessing, isn't it? I mean, sometimes it's just so depressing to be focusing too much on news coverage. And then sometimes we might miss something with our head in the sand, as it were. So I'm experimenting with a separate channel for those who find giving up an hour and a half of their day a little bit too much. Yeah, which I can completely understand. Shorter snippets of news and information. So there's an experiment with a new YouTube channel, or a repurposed one anyway. A new page on the website, and it's where the domain learnaboutportugal.com points at now. So a little bit of an experiment in the coming weeks just to see how that works. News snippets, information in smaller bite-sized chunks. And if you look at it, actually, I'll find it for you now. If you look at it online, you can play it like a radio station, and it's a little bit glitchy at the moment because I've got it all over social media as best I can. Yeah, if I share the with the latest Fertlings over at all the W's, goodmorningportugal.com, you will see this. So busy with this at the weekend. How was yours, by the way? Do let me know. I had a little bit of time to mess about with the website and build myself a little man cave, actually, which was good fun. I think I'll be doing a little bit of live streaming, podcasting, and recording from there in due course. But here at the top of the homepage at the moment, you'll see Portugal news and information. And there was a particular page on the website for it. There is a YouTube channel, a separate one, with the smaller chunks of news and information. There is a podcast which sends the podcast episodes out to all your favorite podcast platforms, destinations. And there's a Twitter page as well for anyone, or X, I should say, shouldn't it? Yeah, I still call it Twitter. Anyway, so if we click through to the homepage, there you can subscribe to all the platforms I've just mentioned there. And you can click through and discuss them in further detail at the Learn About Portugal private platform. But here you'll see, if you just click on, here's an oldie but goodie. I've reposted the interview I did with that Miguel Silva guy about Portuguese politics. That was April 2021, one of our first full-length interviews with somebody about Portuguese politics. That was the one, do you remember, where he revealed himself as a Chega guy? So that's called That Time I Spoke to the Chega Guy, which I've just said they're smaller bite-sized chunks for people who can't cope with it an hour and a half. That happens to be an hour and a half, but all the rest, as you can see, are just a few minutes long. I just thought that was a really good little snapshot. But you can click on any of these here. Portugal Remains Golden. Some of the clips from the recent episodes, the Try Something Portuguese, is the quiz questions, the thing about the Beatles the other day, Katia Lima's Portuguese cafe quiz. Quite a nice selection, a smorgasbord of little chunks of Good Morning Portugal goodness there, organic, free range, and highly nutritious for you. That is, if you're interested in news and information from Portugal. So I hope you enjoy that and find that useful. Very welcome. Your feedback is very welcome on what should and shouldn't be on there. So thank you for your indulgence there. Who's in this morning? It's Mindful Slug, who says, it's always a good reminder.